Everybody is ready? Sue, you good?
I'm ready.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Before we begin, I would like to brief you on some of the rules and procedures used during our hearings. When the hearing number is called, the applicant or their representative will come up to the podium. If they are not an attorney, they will be sworn in by our executive secretary. They will then present their case. The board members may or may not ask questions of the applicant. Prior to tonight's hearing, board members have visited the properties that are on the calendar. At the conclusion of the applicant's presentation, we will ask if there are any interested parties who would like to speak either for or against the application. If so, they will be called up and sworn in and allowed to speak. We will then allow the applicant to give some brief rebuttal remarks to address any of the concerns of the interested parties. At that point, the hearing will be closed. Please note that the stenographer can only take one person's testimony at a time, so we ask that you do not call out from the audience during testimony. We will give everyone an opportunity to be heard this evening. Sometimes our proceedings do not end until 1 a.m. or later. We do not anticipate that being the case tonight, but rest assured, everyone who is here will be heard. At approximately 9 p.m., our stenographer will have been typing for 2 hours, and we will take a 10-minute break. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, do we have any postponements this evening?
Yes, we have 3 postponements this evening. The first one is hearing number 8, Appeal 25-170, Ronell Hills. The second one is hearing number 12, Appeal 25-169, Rupal Sakudo and Kusar Prasad. And the third one is hearing number 19, Appeal 25-172, Mona Aragi.
Okay, is anybody in the audience here for any of those applications? Excellent, we're ahead of the game. Let's begin. Please call the first hearing.
Hearing number 1, appeal number 25-165, William St. Pierre at 11 Pirates Cove, Massapequa.
Good evening.
Hi, sir. Would you raise your right hand, please? Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Your name and address, please.
William St. Pierre, 11 Pirates Cove, Massapequa, New York, 11758.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good
All right,
evening.
what brings you here?
I have some pictures. Can I share them with you guys? Thank you so much. So we are applying for a variance. Our main reason for looking for the variance is we are in a flood zone, as you can see the first picture. That is a non-named storm. That is a nor'easter that came through last winter. Happens quite regularly, so that is one of the reasons that we're really looking to raise the house. The second thing is, if you look towards the last 2 to 3 pictures, they're doing a street raising project, which is really great. The street will no longer flood, but it creates an issue where water still comes in through the backyard. So we do have concerns about drainage. The house is now below street level, at least like the first 2 feet of it. So that's the other big thing. And then we also were recently married, so we're looking forward to expanding our family. And that's the reason why we're here tonight.
Great. Okay. Anybody in the audience wishing to be heard on this application? Yes, we have a couple of speakers, so please take a seat
Yep.
right here. Come on up and let us know your concerns. Hi, good evening.
If you would just raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Your name and address, please.
Christine De Palma, 15 Pirates Cove, Massapequa.
Thank you.
At the same time,
Who's going to
He's
speak
also
first?
will say something.
she'll speak first.
Okay, that's why I'll get your name and address for the stenographer. Go ahead, ma'am.
I wrote down some notes because I'm very nervous speaking in front of you guys.
Don't be nervous. If you're reading, just remember she's writing, so don't read too fast, because sometimes people start to.
Okay. Good evening, members of the zoning board. My name is Christine De Palma, and I live at 15 Pirates Cove, directly next door to the St. Pierre's. Building code requires a 10-foot setback from the property line. The St. Pierre's are requesting a variance to reduce that setback to 4 feet from our property line. The plans also include a raised foundation, 10 feet high, and a 20-foot extension, which will be 50 feet of cement, 10 feet high, 4 feet from our property. And also most important really for me, is a large raised deck on the back of the house. I'm here tonight to respectfully request the variance be denied due to the deck. While I understand the desire to raise and expand their home, the size and placement of this deck would have a serious negative impact on my family's privacy, our quality of life, and the value of our property due to the loss of privacy in the backyard. My main concerns are that a large elevated deck, 13 feet in the air, which is only 4 feet from my property line, will look directly into my backyard, a space that is very important to my family. I'm an avid gardener. I spend a great deal of time tending to my yard, which is my pride and joy, and I feel confident saying the St. Pierres would agree with that statement. If this variance is granted, our peaceful and private enjoyment of our home will be permanently diminished. Every activity in our yard would be on display, and the noise from gatherings on the deck would carry directly into our property. I'm not opposed to them having a small landing with stairs to access the backyard. That's reasonable, but a large elevated deck is not necessary for the use of the property, and it violates the purpose of the 10-foot setback requirement. Allowing it would give one family everything while causing the other to lose privacy, peace, and property value. That's not fair, and it does not make for good neighbors. Therefore, I respectfully request that the zoning board deny the variance as planned. If the board feels the deck must be allowed, I ask that it be limited in depth to a small landing and stairs, enough for safe access to the yard, but not large enough for entertaining. I'm also asking the board to keep the 10-foot setback for the deck. I feel this would be a fair compromise that respects both families' needs while upholding the intent of the setback code. Thank you for your time and consideration. And I have photos of my yard and where the deck will be.
Thank you. Can you give them to our executive
Sure.
secretary, please?
And the blue house is where they are. And so it's-
Yeah, would you give those to Rebecca, please? Thanks, Lou. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm done.
Please,
Did you want to
plans.
speak?
Yes.
Your name and address now, please?
Vincent De Palma, 15 Pirates Cove, Massapequa, New York.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, thank you for the time, appreciate you all. So yes, I'm the direct neighbor to the St. Pierre's at 11 Pirates Cove. The 4-foot setback is where their house currently is. Actually, on our original 1967 survey, it's slightly less than that. So they'd be looking for a greater than 60% reduction in the setback for the project. Again, a raised foundation, 10 feet, roughly 10 feet in height, cement is much more imposing at 4 feet than it is at 10. Also, there's a 33.9, I think, foot peak height on that side of the house as well, at that 4-foot setback. Again, much more imposing. The main issue is the considered deck, with a floor base of 13 feet on the deck. Someone standing on it is almost 20 feet high, looking directly into my property. That will be less than 4 feet setback, unless they somehow change the angle, because they have a decreasing amount of space as they move back. The front corner of the house is 3.9, the back corner is 3.8 something. So 50 feet back, it's going to be even closer. And again, it's going to peer directly into almost my entire backyard. The only covered spaces will be anything shaded by the garage in the back, I guess, west corner. I do feel that eliminates any reasonable expectation of privacy in my backyard. I have experience with similar, circumstance at a previous home on a deck of similar height and a fraction of the scope, where a tenant was on this deck continuously looking into my backyard. And it really got to the point where every time we went outside, it became like, is anybody up there? That's just the reality of how it could happen. It's a permanent structure. Its future use, is undetermined. And as my wife said, the backyard area is the prime enjoyment of our property. It's a relatively small house. It's all about being outside there. Currently, we are in our yard every single day at some point. I don't have much more else to say, but I will say I do recognize the need for them to raise their house. It's probably one of the lowest houses on the, you know, the little island. Flooding is an issue for them and has been. It's really, could we live with the foundation and the raising of the house? Probably. You know, I don't love it, but it's really this deck eliminating, again, I don't know if it's a technical term, but it's a reasonable expectation of privacy. Looking out from your bedroom, you're going to look out. Looking out from a deck, you can look in every direction. Again, something considerably smaller outside the room that led to a deck maybe at ground level is not an issue. They currently maintain complete privacy in their yard and will on completion of the privacy. So the last thing I really want to say is that, you know, it doesn't seem reasonable that their gains, whether in living space, property value, or quality of life, should come at the expense of really the same things for us. Our property, is it as valuable when someone comes to look and says, wow, they look right in your yard? I'm not sure. My privacy, obviously, won't be there, and that will affect my quality of life. It may not seem sometimes like a big deal, but having experienced it, I can tell you that it really can be. If you feel like somebody's there looking at you, even if they're really not, if they're there, you have a certain feeling, you know, that, you know. I thank you for your time, and I wouldn't want to lose that by variance to an existing code that's probably there to prevent this scenario. So, thank you for your time.
Sure, I just want to, you wrapped up with the question I was going to ask you, which is, it sounds to me like you probably, first of all, we give deference to people that want to raise their homes in flood zones in general. But it sounds to me like you're being pretty reasonable about the expansion of the home. It's really the deck that is the primary concern and issue. Is that fair to say, accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for the neighbors? Okay, thank you. I'm going to ask the applicant to come back up and address their concerns. Thank you. Oh, the plans.
Thank you. We have no concerns with reducing the size of the deck to keep it within a 10-foot setback to their side of the yard. I mean, the main reason we want it is to have a safe egress out of the house. We will only have one set of stairs in. We'd like to have a second set of stairs that are both in and out of the house. So there's no concern with us of reducing the size of the deck.
So the size, that's great. Is there any way, and I'm definitely not an architect or an engineer, so forgive me, but is there any way to lower the height as well of the deck, or is it pretty much has to be
The
at
deck would
the height?
be in line with the living floor of the house.
So I think what your neighbor is asking is,
Mm-hmm.
would you be amenable to having something outside the back, right? And then a set of stairs down to a larger deck down below? I don't think they have an issue with your setback
Mm-hmm.
if the deck is not looking into their yard.
Yeah, I think what we were thinking is we would move it so it's like a 6x6 kind of just sitting space that you could walk off of. So it's not just open a door and you're downstairs, but just a little bit of a landing area to a staircase.
So do they, oh, sorry,
The
Brian.
rest of the deck would be
Would you still want a deck?
ground level?
would you
I don't know that we would put a deck at ground level. We would just have the space at ground level and leave the yard as is.
So you want to reduce it to a 6x6?
I think that's what,
Second-story platform.
that's what we would propose as a compromise.
And push it, I think you also said you'd push it over to a 10-foot, correct?
So it would move, it's currently, I think maybe it's not 6x6. We would move it so it's, I don't have the plans in front of me, but we would keep it where it is on the, if you're looking at the house on the left-hand side, we'd keep it where it is. Make sure that it's a 10-foot setback from their
From their
property. And then we could reduce the width of it to 6 feet as well. So it might be a little wider, but it wouldn't be as long backwards.
We definitely like to hear
The
that.
access to the deck may be right in the middle of this addition that you're putting on. not on one
Correct.
side.
It is right there in the middle. There's a doorway in the hall in between two bedrooms.
Yes.
We appreciate the willingness to compromise. Sue, if they do this, do they have to come back, or how would this work
No, you could put it
logistically?
on reserve, Madam Chair, and I would just need 3 new sets of plans showing your new reduction. And
Okay.
I'll have it verified with zoning, and then I'll bring it back to you with the new drawing. And there would be no public hearing, it was, as long as he didn't create any new variances. But it sounds like he would do a reduction, so it wouldn't, as long as he sticks to what he's saying.
Okay, and if he shared those plans with his neighbors and they wanted to send us an email, they could do that as well?
Yes, they can.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is what I would like you to do.
Yep. Absolutely.
We appreciate your willingness to compromise.
problem.
Please redo the plans and resubmit them as Ms. Cloninger indicated. Share them with your neighbors.
Yeah, of course.
And let's see if we can make happy people on both sides.
I
That's
would
what
like
we
that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, any questions from the board? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
This public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Okay. Hearing number 2, appeal number 25-182, Michael DiMartino at 286 East Shore Drive, Massapequa.
Good evening, Mr. Schumacher.
Good evening.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address?
Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Bethpage. I want to pass up some photos and consent letters for the board.
Thank you.
Representing Mr. and Mrs. Dean Martino of 286 East Shore Drive, Massapequa. The Dean Martinos are seeking a variance for a proposed second-floor addition, not having the required side yard setback, aggregate setback, and exceeding the lot coverage and gross floor area. This proposed addition would be going over the existing house and maintaining the existing side yard setbacks of 7.3 and 11.2 feet. The lot coverage would be increased by 3.7%. No height variance is required or roof pitch. This proposed addition would be in keeping with character of the neighborhood, as there are many other houses that have similar additions, and I have taken a photo of those for the board's review. One is directly next door at 282 East Shore Drive, and directly across the street at 289 East Shore Drive. I've also included in the architect's elevation plan of the front of the proposed addition in the package of photos that I turned into the board. This is exactly what the house looks like across the street. There are very large evergreen-type shrubs in between the properties, as the photos show. We do have consent letters from the 2 abutting neighbors at 282 and 290 East Shore Drive, and the 3 neighbors directly across the street at 285, 289, and 295 East Shore Drive. A lot of thought went into designing this addition, and it would be in keeping with the character of the neighborhood. The property is in immaculate condition, it's always been well-maintained, and there's never been any violations from the town on this property.
Thank you, Mr. Schumacher. It's a beautiful plan. Any questions from the board? No? Anybody in the audience wish to be heard on this application? Let's see, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our
Thank you.
office.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, you as well.
Hearing number 3, appeal number 25-203, Patrick O'Keefe at 24 Cambridge Drive, Massapequa.
Good evening.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Your name and address?
Jeremy Jones, 30 Head East Path in Farm. Sure, I'm sorry. Jeremy Jones, it's 30 Head East Path in Farmingville, New York, 11738.
Good evening.
Good evening. We're seeking a variance on the property for we're proposing a 453 square foot second floor addition. The second floor addition is going to be built over the existing side yard, so we're going to maintain the existing side yard of 5.5 feet. We don't have the aggregate on the property, which is already existing and non-conforming in of itself, and we're exceeding the gross floor by approximately 151 square feet with the project.
Seems pretty de minimis. And you're going right above, is that right?
Correct, in line,
Footprint
yeah.
doesn't change, right?
I'm sorry?
Footprint doesn't change.
No, we're going straight up and maintaining the house on the one side.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody in the audience wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, any questions from the board? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Oh, did I say motion? Motion.
Decision.
Public hearing is closed and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Sorry for that.
Okay, on to hearing number 4, appeal number 25-206, Michelle Ramirez at 68 South Bay Avenue, Massapequa.
Hello,
Good evening.
Raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Your name and address, please.
Marty Kelly, 68 South Bay Avenue in Massapequa. I'm actually here, this is my daughter, Michelle. So what we did was, my wife and I have our home, and we're seeking variances for a lot of existing things, of which the front porch and the steps doesn't meet the required setback of 29.87. It's actually 7 foot. That was like that when we actually bought the house 22 years ago. That never apparently got picked up 22 years ago. The proposed for propane tanks for a required setback of 25.3. We're proposing that it's set at 11 foot. The existing sheds and a generator didn't meet the required setback of the yard of 10 foot. One of the shed in question, once again, when we bought the house 22 years ago, it was there when we purchased the house, and it was on the plans back then. We did get a letter saying that they would allow the sheds to stay on from the Department of Highway, I believe it is, because it was on an easement.
Okay.
And the letter should be attached there. And the existing rear decks addition exposed the rear backyard required setback of 25 feet. We have 20 foot. And the lot exceeded the allowable permitted building coverage of 20%. It's actually 23.86% of the lot. And last but not least, the fence that was around the property, it was 4-foot fence, and it was changed to a 6-foot fence. And at the 6-foot fence, they were saying that it was, let's see, is greater than, they were just looking because they said it's greater than the 4-foot that would be allowed on the side yard of Anchor Drive.
Okay, it's a lot.
Yeah,
So-
it's like a laundry list, I'm sorry.
That's okay, that's okay. So everything that's existing was there when you bought the house?
Yeah, there were a couple of things that, like I said, like the propane, that wasn't there.
Right,
you know.
that's the
So
proposed.
that was something, yeah. So we're looking to file for the permits for the fire and everything else with them, once we could get some sort of an approval for it. But basically, we're trying to get the house squared away because the kids, we're life tenants now. So I promised the kids that we would get everything squared away over the course to try and not give them a headache 10 years down the line, it's whatever it is for them. So, you know, I just ask that, you know, everything that's there, you know, there's no structural changes to the house, none of the neighbors, you know, the house, even though it seems like it's a lot, it just, you know, when you actually see what's there and everything that you have, it's really, you know.
So I'm looking at the plans, so mentioning your neighbors, have you been in touch with the neighbor who's adjacent to you on South Bay Avenue?
Yes,
And
yes.
how do they feel about this application?
They have no problem whatsoever. His wife and him are really great people. They just moved in a couple of years ago, so they have no issue.
Okay, and the propane tank is going to go where?
The propane tank, depending upon how you work the variance, that's where, we actually had Petro come in and measure where it would be, we would move them to a point where it would be the minimum from the house to the, to wherever it needed to be, just to be able to ascertain the permits.
Okay, so it looks like from the plan, it's going to go closer to the Anchor Drive section.
Right, it was gonna go halfway down the walkway, and it was, I believe it's gonna be like 10 feet or 11 feet off of the fence.
And so it'll be screened by the fence?
Correct.
All right, I think I got it. Let's see if anyone is here to ask questions. Anybody in the audience here to speak on this matter? Okay, seeing no hands, do we have any questions from the board?
So there's an easement to the,
Yeah, there actually, it's a drainage easement that goes in from the pipe that goes underground. And 15 years ago, they did come around, and when they were coming around, we asked what they were going to be doing, sleeving the pipes, or whether they, and I had asked them, you know, about the shed, and they said, no, we have no intention of ripping it all out. We have no intention of doing anything. If we did have to do it, we would do anything from the canal side in. They would just put a sleeve in.
And we noted that there's a cellar entrance outside on the, in the backyard. What is in the basement of the home?
Well, it's actually not a basement, it's the first floor, because it's a wide line in-line ranch. So that's where, actually, my wife and I are downstairs, so the kids are upstairs with my grandchildren.
Oh, boy, maybe you could send a letter to my parents. All right. Any other questions from the board? No. Any correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Enjoy your night. Thank you.
Good night.
Hearing number 5, appeal number 25-273, Boris Shenderovic at 112 Ocean Avenue, Massapequa.
Good evening.
Raise your right hand, sir. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
Yes.
Name and address, please.
Michael Munoz, 160 McNair Street, Brentwood, New York, 1717.
I'm sorry, what was your address?
160
160?
McNair Street, Brentwood, New York, 11717. I'm representing Boris Shenderovich. He's at 112 Ocean Avenue in Massapequa. The original application is for the expansion of the second floor over the garage. There's no change in setbacks. We're just going above the garage and back a little bit just to square off the house. So the garage doesn't go all the way back to the existing rear house. So we'll square that off with one column. We discovered that we had a little too much lot coverage because of that, and because of a basketball court and a pool that existed when he bought the house. It's 20% lot coverage, that's the maximum allowable, and we have 25% that we're requesting. There's other things on the application, small things like an AC unit. There's a generator also on the, all there, but not related to the second floor addition that he's requesting, just other things that need to be maintained.
Let me just check this number with you. You said 25%. I think I see 22.5 on my application.
Oh, that's what we're requesting?
That's what they calculated.
Oh, that's what they calculated. I calculated 25%, I think.
Maybe you want to go with ours.
Yeah. Yeah, I did calculate 25%. I think I just calculated maybe the pad that the generator sits on.
Sometimes the
Little things
architects
like
will
that.
include things that the building department does not.
Okay, so it's, but at 2.5%, it's a pretty de minimis request, I would say. Okay, does that complete your application, or you have more?
No, that's all,
Okay.
unless you have any questions.
Anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? Seeing no hands, any questions from the board?
so just so I understand, the footprint on the side yard's not changing, correct?
Side, rear, front, no change.
Very good, thank you.
The driveway's changing.
No, footprint of the house, well, not changing.
And their driveway's existing?
Driveway's existing.
Yes,
Existing
all
driveway.
that's existing, yes.
Yeah.
Existing driveway.
You okay, Flo? Good, all right. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion.
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
You too.
Hearing number 6, appeal number 25-281, JTB Exclusive Incorporated at 42 Waterview Avenue, Massapequa.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
Yes.
Name and address, please.
Brian Fiore, 208 North Wisconsin Avenue, Massapequa, New York. Appearing on behalf of JTB Exclusive. This was a new house construction that was maxed out to a T with the zoning comps for gross floor area and lot coverage. And during construction, they built the rear platforms much larger than was shown on the plans. Typically, when these platforms are below 3 feet high, they don't count towards the lot coverage or the gross floor area. But since this house is in a flood zone, these platforms are a lot higher than they normally are. So the builder didn't realize that they did count in the gross floor area. So this house is 5 feet off the ground. Platforms are about 4.5 feet high. And I was showing just the absolute minimum size that would meet code off the back door. And it's much, much larger than what was built. So this came up during the final inspection. I did try to argue or make a point that they take the height from the base flood elevation for the house to let the house be higher, which in this case is 3 feet off the ground, the base flood elevation. Why don't they take the height for the platforms from there? But it's not in the code that way. So they go by the ground. The platforms are over 3 feet to count it.
Okay.
So we have lot coverage of 21.1%, where 20% is the max, so not over by much. And we're over the gross floor area by about 211 square feet.
Okay, got it. I mean, while you're saying it's much larger, it's really 1%.
1%
so,
larger.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, is anybody in the audience here to speak on this matter? Seeing no hands, any questions from the board? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by your office.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Anyone else here whistling?
Yes.
What's that?
That's wind.
Okay, sorry.
Ready?
Yes.
Hearing number 7, appeal number 25-180, Benedetto Forcina, 204 North Boston Avenue, North Massapequa.
I'm sorry, well, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't having a, neurological problem of some sort.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Peter Moore. I'm the attorney for Benedetto Frosina, the applicant herein. Right off the bat, I just want to submit some, actually, it's a changed page in the plans. There was a height variance, no need for the height variance, right? So the roof pitch was able to be changed, it conforms, and it doesn't need a variance. So I'm submitting that page. I discussed it with Madam
I'm
Secretary.
sorry, our usual chair isn't here. That would have been music to her ears. She hates a pitch variance. Okay.
I'm sure that, sure everybody likes to hear that, so. Also, I just submit some photos of some houses, similar houses in the neighborhood. I have one for each of the members as well. And these are some just other prior decisions that I'd like to submit as well.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. So the subject property is located at the south side of Boston Avenue, 100 feet east of New York Drive. Section 48, Block 3, Lot 6, also known as 204 North Boston Avenue in Massapequa. The entire property is located in the R17 Residence District Zone. The subject property is pre-existing non-conforming. It has an area of 6,000 square feet where the code requires 7,000 square feet. The applicant is seeking the following variances to erect a proposed covered porch, a second-floor addition, a first-floor addition, and a second-story balcony. The current house is a small two-bedroom, one-bath home. The proposed covered porch has a proposed front yard setback of 18.67 feet, where the minimum required average front yard setback is 25 feet. The proposed covered porch and second-floor addition have a proposed side yard setback of 5.96 feet to the covered porch, 6.92 feet to the west side of the second-floor addition, and 7.67 on the east side, where the code requires a minimum of 8 feet. Again, it's a substandard lot, non-conforming, it's only 60 wide. Other than the covered porch, which is curved and extends slightly into the side yard, the setbacks are the existing side yard setbacks. So really, All the additions are over the existing side yard setbacks. There's a little curvature to the porch for aesthetic reasons. It comes out 2 feet at its biggest point, and really, that's the only extension into the side yard. We're also asking for a variance for aggregate side yard setback. We are proposing 14.59 feet, where the code requires a minimum of 20 feet. Again, the existing home is a pre-existing non-conforming home that currently does not meet the side yard setbacks or the aggregate setbacks. With the proposed additions, the proposed lot coverage is 30.6%, where the code permits a maximum of 25%. And the proposed gross floor area is 3,014 square feet, where the maximum permitted by code is 2,900 square feet. As I said earlier, we're withdrawing the height variance as it's not needed. With the adjustment of the roof pitch that doesn't require a variance, brings the height to a compliant 28 feet. The application complies with the code in all other respects. So most of the reasons for the variance is because of the pre-existing non-conforming lot. It's a 60 by 100 that was built. Really, it's a small home, but you know, if you tried to build with lot sizes for R17 on what really was an R16 house, there's no way to build an adequate home. Mr. Frozina would like to expand his family. Right now, it's 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and he has a daughter, I believe, so another daughter, and you know, you definitely need way more than 1 bathroom, so. The proposed application will fit in well with the character of the surrounding neighborhood. I submitted those photos, just some examples. 191 North Detroit Avenue has over 3,300 square feet of living space. That's from My Nassau. That doesn't even take in, that's actual living space. You know, this home, when you subtract some of the coverage issues, which I'll get into, really is only 2,700 square feet in living space. With regard to the floor area ratio, they're counting the space that is underneath the second floor addition as towards the floor area ratio. Also, they count a portion of the open front porch towards the floor area. Without those, you're talking about 2,700 square foot of living space, and you'd be well under the 2,900. As it is, it's only 114 square feet over, even including all those items. The lot coverage is really minimal as well, and again, it's because of the balcony, it's because of the porch, and so, you know, he hasn't done much to make the deficiencies any greater, other than adding the living space that he's going to need. So, let's see. Does the board have any questions?
How many bedrooms will be in the new house after the addition's put on?
So 4 bedrooms.
And how many baths?
2 and a half? 2 baths.
You have elevation?
3 baths, apologize.
And the change in the side yard setback, what's the bump, what is it now? Do you know?
Oh, well, really, yes, it's, right, it's on that one side
Yeah.
to the covered porch. It's actually more at another area. It's about 7 feet, about 7 feet and a little bit. 7.7, and now it's going to be 5.96 because of that 2-foot bump out of the porch. And really, it's an open porch, really done for aesthetic reasons.
Let me see that.
Do you have the plans? We could just take a quick look. I think Mr. Griffin wanted to see them first.
Yeah.
Please.
And obviously, I submitted those amended elevations.
That's that there, yeah.
Like, is that the porch or is that a gazebo?
That's the porch.
You want to see the side yard?
There's a rounded feature on the end of the porch, you know, gazebo-like.
That's the back, that's the second floor extension.
Yeah.
And this is just the amended with.
Oh, there it is.
Just get rid of the height, so it's gonna bring it down to 5 inches.
Right.
And not require the height anymore.
Have you spoken to the neighbor on the affected side of the setback minimization?
Yes, my client's spoken to both the effect, well, the one neighbor, but, you know, he's spoken to both those neighbors. They don't have any issues.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's see if that's accurate. Anyone in the audience here to
hope so.
speak
Find
on
out.
this application? Seeing no hands, any other questions from the board? Correspondence.
That's okay. Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion, please.
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it. I always try to be accurate. That's thank you. Thank you for moving the meeting. I'm leaving for Italy tomorrow, so.
We did it just for you.
It worked out.
Have a good trip. Buonasera. Okay.
Hearing number 9, appeal number 25-175, Jenna Murgit at 56 West Mill Page Drive, Bethpage.
What's the matter?
Here's one, here's a package.
This is from the, we did. Oh, you're right, you did. Yeah.
You want them all?
No, she just wanted one copy for the file, I think. Good evening.
Good evening.
Did you get sworn in yet?
Not yet.
No, I did
All
not.
right, I can do it. Raise your right hand. Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Would you state your name and address for the record, please?
My name is James J. Stout. I live at 2 Gregg Lane in East Northport, New York, and I'm here representing the homeowners, the Margette family of 56 West Millpage Drive in Bethpage. They are at Section 49, Block 177, Lot 55. We are also an R1-7 zone. We have a similar situation where our lot is a 6,000 square foot lot, 60 by 100. So we have some of the same issues that you just heard. My client is proposing to do a renovation in addition to their house. They bought the house from their grandparents, and they now have one young daughter, and they're looking to expand their family. So we're doing a rear addition that will have 2 bedrooms. The house currently has 3 bedrooms, very small. So when we're finished with this addition, it'll still be 3 bedrooms, just rearranging and enlarging those bedrooms. We're also proposing to have a roof over off of the back corner of the house, and also as an architectural element to the front entranceway will be a roof over as well. So we're looking for a few variances here. One is our side yard variance, where 8-foot minimum is required. We'll be down at 5 foot 11 and a half inches, which we're looking for relief of 2 foot and a half inch. Now, along those side yards, they are existing to the house as well, so we're not making anything worse than we already have. We also have a variance request for the aggregate side yards. Same issue there, where 20 foot is the minimum required. We are at 14.8, so we're looking for relief of 5.2 foot from the aggregate. Again, that is something that we were dealt with existing on this property. Also, we're looking for a variance for the maximum building coverage, where 25% is required. Our coverage is at 31.7%. So we are looking for relief of 6.7%. Now, again, since the lot is not 7,000 square foot, and we're only at 6,000, we're kind of behind the 8 ball here with the size of the property. If it were 7,000 square feet, with the same package that we're presenting here and proposing, that would be 27.2% would be our coverage. So it would be a lot less. Now, the other point here is that the roof overs are really what's putting us over in the lot coverage. These roof over areas are making up 6% of the coverage. So they're really outdoor spaces with a roof covering for the family to use during inclement weather, but it is not a habitable space, so it's not really part of the, if you will, overall interior living space of the house. Lastly, we also have the driveway was extended. They were dealing with a single-lane driveway when they first acquired the house, and they expanded the driveway to the side. That's very close now to the side yard. I would say it's approximately 8 inches or so from the side property line. And that is our case.
We have the lot coverage is 32.28%. Just for the record.
Okay. There was a metal shed that was in the backyard that is no longer. I don't know if you were including that as well. That has been removed since the survey was done, and the plans were submitted. There was a little metal shed that,
In the rear right corner of the property.
that's now, it shows on there, yeah, but that has been removed. So that could be the discrepancy.
I see that your clients were here for a variance in 2022, but I don't have a copy of what that was. So do you have, okay, great. And then I want to just get a little information from you about the fence.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just a second. Well, that was on the shed. And
Right, we
there
had
is-
shed issues, and also we did a garage conversion. And again, since the setbacks of the house did not conform to the side yard, and aggregate side yard was a part of that as well.
And the proposed construction does not change those side yard setbacks, correct?
That's correct.
Regarding the fence, I'm sorry, Brian, did you have any other?
No.
Okay. Regarding the fence, so that's abutting the neighbor immediately, looks like to the east, the number 50.
Along the driveway side?
Yeah, yep.
Right, I believe that's to the north.
So my concern is there a driveway abutting where the fence is?
On the other side?
Right,
No.
okay.
It is a 4-foot picket fence.
Oh,
It's a-
okay, all right. Anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? Seeing no hands, any other questions from the board? No, correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion, decision, public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Have a
you
good
very
evening.
much. Have a good evening.
Good night. Okay, hearing number 10, appeal number 25-181, Jamil Amir, 102 South 3rd Street, Bethpage.
How would you like to adjourn these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Larry Buscemi, 15 Vineyard Way, Mount Sinai, New York, for the,
I did not catch your name.
of course, I said that like a million miles an hour. Larry Buscemi, Buscemi, 15 Vineyard Way. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Sir?
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, how may we help you this evening?
Well, you could really help me by giving me the variance without me having to say a word. That'd be awesome. Tonight, we have an application for an addition, a proposed one-story addition, and a second-story addition to an existing house with encroachment of 5 inches on the side yard setback from 5 feet to 4.7 feet, and then the building coverage of 36.01%, where 28 is allowed, and gross floor area of 3,765 square feet, where 2,900 feet is allowed. This is in character with the neighborhood and with the construction that is happening in that area. My client has a growing family. He needs room for, the children, and would request that this be granted by the board so that he can build this wonderful house. You can see the elevations are attached here too, just to give you some idea of what the house will look like. So you can see in the rear, it's just 1 story, and on the side, it's an addition, keeping the same setback as the house itself. If the board has any questions.
How many bedrooms and bathrooms will there be in the new house?
I believe it'll be 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. Let's see.
Is there a basement in the house?
There is.
What's in the basement?
The basement is finished. It's 1,031 square feet, and it's calculated in these zoning calculations.
How is it, or what is it finished with? Is it
Rec
a
room.
3-piece bathroom? Is it, what's down there?
I have to admit that I don't know. There's a 3, do you have the full set? I don't I have them with me. Yeah.
So how many bathrooms and how many bedrooms are there with that, whatever's going on? Bring those over here. Let's take a look. Thank you.
Yeah, simple solution.
Looks like 3-bedroom and 6.
Including the basement. I apologize.
3 on the first floor, 3 on the second floor bedrooms, 1 bathroom on the second floor, and the rest 1 in the basement.
It's 6 bedrooms? 3 on the first floor, 3 on the second floor?
Yeah, so
So
my bad,
6.
I said 4, I was mistaken.
Okay. That's a lot of children. We had somebody here last meeting that had 6 children, right? You guys remember? How many, I mean,
I think he has 3, but he's also got his parents living with him.
okay, so it's 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms.
Correct.
6
No,
bathrooms?
6 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms,
3 bathrooms, including the one in the basement.
1 on each floor.
1 on each floor, okay. All right, I got a little bit of a better picture of it now. Is anybody here in the audience that want to speak on this? Anybody on the board have anything?
So here's my question. So the proposed first-story addition in the rear,
Right.
right? So that's gonna move into that side yard setback, correct? Further than it's there already, so the footprint is changing? I understand,
I believe not, though, if I may.
please tell me.
If you see on the plans I gave you, on the site plan, you can see the second-story addition. That is in line with...
That's going straight up.
Right, so that's in line, and if you keep going straight, it's the same setback. You see what I'm saying? On the
No, you-
easterly side of the
But
house.
you're building additional foundation in the rear into that setback, correct?
Yes,
Right.
correct.
This is not this is not the same footprint.
Correct.
Okay, that's
It
what
just
I-
won't be any closer than the house is at the moment, is what the point I was,
An additional encumbrance on the side yard setback.
correct.
They are changing the
They are
footprint, yeah,
changing
so
the
it's a footprint change.
And is there a cellar entrance?
See, I don't think so, no. No, there's no cellar entrance. There's a window well for egress, and that's 2 stoops, and that's it.
So, sorry. I mean, I'll give you my honest impression, all kidding aside, because I do joke around, but I think this is a lot for the neighborhood. I'm pretty familiar with Bethpage. 6 bedrooms seems like a lot to me, and it's a lot in terms of the gross floor area. It's, going from, we're 2,900 to basically 3,800, it's like a 20% 25% ask.
Yes, it is.
Is there any way we could scale this back a little bit? I mean, how
course.
married are we here?
Yeah. Hey, listen, we're reasonable. I mean, what's going to make the board happy? Do you want us to propose, how would we do this logistically?
Again, knowing what I know about Bethpage and what's commonly there and what we see upon the houses there, I would like this to be a little smaller, so it's asking a little
Okay.
bit less of a variance. And, I mean, I think 6 bedrooms is a lot. I just do.
Okay.
For what's there, because you don't know, not that your clients would ever do anything wrong,
Understood.
but it's just rife for somebody to come in.
Make a boarding
in
house.
the future, or, multifamily, it's just,
Right.
So I would like to see it scaled back a bit so that we
Okay.
don't leave it open to that in the future.
So can we modify our application? Or do we have to go back to building department, get a new rejection, and get back on the queue?
That is a question for Mrs.
You
Cloninger.
wouldn't have to go back in queue, but if you, as long as you don't create any new variances, you decrease.
Mm-hmm.
The board could put this on reserve decision, bring them to me, 3 sets of plans, I'll take them right downstairs.
Okay.
Get them reviewed and bring it back you won't have to come back at the following hearing, I'll bring it back to the board.
You don't want to come back? We're so fun, though.
Oh, always a good time. No, that's perfect.
Thank you. We appreciate your willingness to work with us to make an approbate application.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. So this is going to be placed on reserve. Was
Reserve.
there any correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Great, I'll move that this go on reserve. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
night.
Just bring them right to me, okay? 3 sets, and I'll take them downstairs.
Okay, hearing number 11, appeal number 25-167, Ishwa Singh, 19 Rover Lane, Hicksville.
Yes, I do.
Your name and address, please.
Robert LaBarbera, 115 North Broadway, Hicksville, New York. Good evening.
Good evening.
I am here representing Ishwar Singh of, 19 Rover Lane, Hicksville. Here seeking a variance for a proposed rear addition on the house, two-story rear addition and a front porch. This variance is to construct a front porch having less average front yard setback than required by ordinance, a variance to construct a front porch and a rear two-story addition having less aggregate side yards and exceeding maximum building coverage than permitted by ordinance, and variance to construct a rear two-story addition exceeding maximum gross floor area than permitted by ordinance. And finally, amend specific plan as presented for appeal number 19-287 and granted by decision of Zoning Board of Appeals dated June 6, 2019. So we're proposing a rear addition on this house plus the front porch. The front porch with the rear addition, the front porch is encroaching into the front yard only by 5 inches, actually, by technical terms. There's a little discrepancy there. The average on the block is 33.34. The house is at 32.9, and that's where the 5-inch difference is. It's normally permitted at 6-foot encroachment of a front porch. The house doesn't meet the average setback by that 5 inches. So we're adding 6 feet, and that would put us 5 inches over the permitted encroachment of a front porch on this zone. Also, the proposed front porch and the rear two-story addition does not have the minimum required aggregate side yard of 20 foot. The proposed front porch is 15.1 foot, and proposed two-story addition is 17.1. The property is angled, straight on the left side, on the right side standing out at the street, looking at the property, angles in. So as that angles in, we end up not meeting the combined aggregate setback of 20 foot, but we do meet the 8-foot required minimum setback on the front porch. And the same thing on the rear addition. We still meet the 8-foot minimum requirement. We don't meet the aggregate. The front porch and the two-story addition exceeds the maximum permitted building coverage of 25%. We're at 34.9%. But 4% of that is the front porch. So, there is a little less of a severity there.
Sure, my,
I have one more.
oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
yes.
we still have the maximum gross floor area that exceeds by, where's my number in that? 395 square foot. You allowed 3175, we're asking for 3570, which is a 395 square foot relief on the GFA. There is no basement on this house, by the way. It's an original Levitt home, so.
Whatever makes you bring that up.
Well, the size, people, without
yeah,
the
yeah.
expansion of that, the proposed addition is only a 4-bedroom upstairs, 2 bathrooms upstairs, 1 bedroom on the ground level with 1 bathroom.
So it's going to be 4, that was what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
5
a little less
altogether. I
concerned about
heard
porch.
heard the other 2.
So it's 4 bedrooms up,
Upstairs.
and how many bathrooms?
2 bathrooms upstairs, 1 bathroom on the ground level, and 1 bedroom on the ground level.
So you have 5 bedrooms.
5 bedrooms total, 3 bed, The ground level is for the parents, and the adult children will be upstairs.
So you're increasing the footprint into the setback, correct, in the rear of it?
In the rear of it. Not the rear yard setback, it's
No, in the side yard setback?
the side yard,
Yeah.
yes.
So,
We still meet the minimum. Oh, by the way, I have some consent letters here from the 2 neighbors, left and right, I wanted to submit. And
you.
some of the green cards there.
Thank you. Sue, do you have the variances, the previous variances over there?
Yeah, we have that here too. But to answer your question, I think you asked about the rear. It's 10.5 on that side, where the required minimum is 8 foot.
Right, but the aggregate.
Right, we don't meet the aggregate for that reason. Well, the addition does technically, because behind the left side of the house, we have a 21-foot side yard setback to that proposed addition.
But you don't meet the aggregate side yard.
Correct. When you add in the existing, what was the garage at one point, which was converted part of that variance prior, you had that side yard setback and the tight side setback, and then that one, yes, we don't meet the aggregate.
So what about bringing the proposed rear two-story addition in line with the foundation as it sits?
Well, with the foundation, that would be a 7-foot or 8-foot,
7 foot,
7-foot something reduction.
7 by 14.
That would affect those 2 bedrooms upstairs. Here in the back, we have 2 small bedrooms in the back on that addition as it is. There is 2 oversized closets, but not enough to make up 7-foot difference. But if that's, let me see the first floor before I make that call, because it also affects the first floor.
Right, that would just bring it more in line?
Yeah, but it would affect the first floor a lot more drastically, because that small bedroom, as it is for 2 people, if I bring it in 7 foot, I would end up with a bedroom that's, with barely any closet, when they need as much closet space they need in these houses without basements. It would be that would be a burden for them.
What if you
Bring it in.
What if you brought in less than the full 7?
I guess we can probably, 2 feet would maybe be something we can maybe work with. Only because on that first floor, that bedroom would be, not even acceptable, again, for 2 adult parents to be living in.
We understand. We would like to see, I think, a little bit of reduction. I have a couple of reasons that are in my head. The first is, we're always thinking about character of the neighborhood.
Sure.
And, 5 bedrooms in this area of Hicksville it is a lot. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I understand they have a growing family and multi-generation in one house. But the other thing is that it's like we're fighting a war of attrition, you know what I mean? So
Sure.
like you come in, you're asking for this, the next, we grant it, the next person comes in, so we're trying to balance it so we're not establishing too much precedent either. I think that's what Mr. Griffin is getting
Well,
at, right?
I want to afford relief, but I want to try to keep it to the minimum that's necessary.
It sounds fair to me. What do you think?
I will talk to my client about reducing it 2 feet, but, I think after that, then it's a bigger discussion for me to have with them.
Okay. Do you, should we put this on reserve as well? And then you don't have to come back in if you're
Right.
able to do that. Does that
Sure.
sound okay?
That's fine.
Let's
Yeah.
see if there's anyone here in the audience that wishes to address the board on this matter. Seeing no hands, any other questions from the board members? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
I'm going to move that we put this on reserve, and we appreciate your cooperation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much. We are going to take 2 hearings out of order due to an issue that has arisen for one of the applicants.
Hearing number 15, appeal number 25-174, Rocky Batra, 8 Weldon Lane, Old Bethpage.
15.
15.
Thank
you.
Truth during the proceedings.
I do.
Name and address, ma'am.
Thank you for hearing me out of order. I
It's okay.
appreciate it. Good evening, members of the board. My name is Ashley Lowe Keeney's from Mark Anthony Architects. Our office is located at 1563 Belmore Avenue in Belmore, New York. I am here this evening on behalf of our clients, Ashish and Raki Batra, who are the owners and occupants of the subject property located at 8 Weldon Lane in Old Bethpage, New York. We are here as a result of an application filed with the building department under application P2412-0115 for a proposed rear 1-story addition, first floor interior alterations, proposed paver patio, and to maintain an above-ground pool and wood deck. The existing 5.1-foot by 7-foot shed does not have the minimum required rear yard setback of 3 feet, having an existing setback of 1.9 feet, for which we require 1.1 feet of relief. Additionally, the existing above-ground pool and pool equipment do not have the minimum required rear yard setback of 10 feet. The existing pool has a rear yard setback of 9.1 feet, for which we require just 0.9 feet of relief. And the existing pool equipment has a rear yard setback of 6.89 feet, for which we are requesting relief of 3.11 feet. Lastly, the proposed rear 1-story addition exceeds the maximum permitted gross floor area of 3,650 square feet, having a proposed gross floor area of 3,733 square feet, for which we are requesting just 83 square feet of relief. We do not believe these requests will have an adverse effect on the surrounding properties, and to our knowledge, the neighbors do not have any problems with the project as it has been submitted. Mr. and Mrs. Batra are looking to make this home more accessible for them and their children, who are grown-ups as well, so it really is a necessity to add the additional space and to legalize everything that is existing, as some of these items were existing prior to the Batras purchasing the home in 2009. The home has not been updated since before the Batras moved in, so the updates are much needed, and they are absolutely looking forward to them should this application be approved.
Great, thank you. May I just ask how many bedrooms and bathrooms there will be?
Let me double check. Five bedrooms, but let me check the bathrooms. Give me one sec. I believe it's two. I just want to confirm. It's three bathrooms.
And the addition is 150 square feet about, is that right? Smaller,
Yes.
smaller.
Yes.
Okay,
It's 83 square feet over gross floor area.
got it. It's pretty de minimis, okay. Anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? No, seeing no hands, any questions from the board?
So the setback is not being, it's only affected on the pool, correct?
The pool equipment,
Not the addition.
no.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by your office, and you have another one, right?
I do.
Yes, hearing number 18, appeal number 25-177, Jenique Fuller, 27 Kenneth Street in Plainview.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Lokianese. I'm here on behalf of ASB Engineering with the office located at 1924 Belmore Avenue in Belmore, New York. I am here this evening on behalf of our client, Jenique Brooms Fuller, who is the owner and occupant of the subject property located at 27 Kenneth Street in Plainview, New York. This is a corner property located in an R17 zone. We are here this evening as a result of an application for a 12-foot by 30-foot in-ground swimming pool. The swimming pool is located in the second front yard along Artist Lane, but it is technically the side of the dwelling. The pool does not meet the minimum required front yard setback of 24.92 feet, having a setback of 5 feet, for which requires relief of 19.92 feet. Were this a typical interior lot, it would only require a setback of 8 feet, for which it would need relief of 3 feet. Unfortunately, due to the setup in the property and the fact that the dwelling is slanted on the property to align with the front property line along Kenneth Street, there is nowhere else that the pool could go in the yard, even if it were to be made significantly smaller. There are no neighbors on the side of that property who could have any issues with the pool setback, and there is a 6-foot fence enclosing the property per code. The 6-foot-high fence does exceed the permitted height across the second front yard on Artist Lane. Being that the fence is above 4 feet in height, we are looking for relief to retain the 6-foot-high fence as it stands running across Artist Lane. The fence is in line with the front of the home and does not go past the front of the dwelling. I did visit the property. I do not believe that it impedes the view of the cars as you're driving past. So there shouldn't be, any issues with cars and a clear sight triangle. We do not believe this request will have any adverse effect on the neighborhood or surrounding properties. This will allow the Fuller family to enjoy their property with their young children and make the most out of their backyard. We appreciate the board's consideration. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Is anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? Seeing no hands, any questions from the board?
The adjoining property behind the house, that might be affected by the fence, that driveway is set off from that, correct?
It's on the opposite side.
It's not up against the fence?
It's on the opposite side.
It's on the opposite
Oh,
side
yeah,
of
it's on the
property.
opposite side.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I
Okay.
just wanted to double check before I answered.
Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed. The decision of the board will be forwarded to our office. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah,
Drive
drive
carefully.
slow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Don't rush. Okay.
They waited. I didn't want to have to make them wait any longer. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course. Good night.
You too. Hearing number 13, Vilma Benavides at 25 J Street, Hicksville. Sorry, it's appeal number 25-173.
help you during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Address?
Scott Kahn, 68 West Main Street, Oyster Bay, New York. Good evening, everybody. I'm here tonight representing the Benavides family. They seek several variances before you to build a second level on their home. Our first request is to permit this addition to be used as a parent-child residence, allowing a second kitchen. The second floor will be occupied by their daughter, Nicole Reyes, and brother John Reyes, and his wife, Michaela. The lower level will be occupied by their mother, Vilma Benavides. All occupants have read and signed and understand the requirements of the DRC. There'll be one doorbell, one mailbox, one electric meter. Stairs will remain wide open from the first floor to the second floor. Our second request is to permit 1,068 square feet over the allowable 2915.8 gross floor area. Out of this, 352 square feet is a garage that we will be okay with conditioning never to be finished. And out of this, what seems to be a large request, we can deduct 64 square feet for the balcony, upper and lower, and 105 square feet for the stairwell. So overall, 521 square feet is not actual floor area. It would be 547. Lastly, we're requesting a 2.32 setback in lieu of the 8-foot minimum to allow a driveway to be built to provide more than the 3 off-street spaces required for this application. The second floor we're proposing is completely in line with the existing footprint of the house. We meet all the lot coverage requirements, all the setback requirements, and that is basically it.
Did you say second floor balcony?
There's a little deck off the second floor. It's a 6-foot by 8-foot deck. They wanted to have a little balcony. It's not a big deck with a stair going down or anything. Can we see elevations?
How many bedrooms and how many bathrooms, Scott?
4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
What's in the basement?
Basement is one big recreation space with a full bathroom and a boiler room. No cellar entrance. I wouldn't dare put a cellar entrance on this house. Yeah, it's a front-to-back split, so that's why the square footage seems to be excessive.
While they're looking, I was confused, this is the one I was confused by the driveway, right? It says construct a driveway, but there is a driveway there presently, so what's
Yes,
the story?
there is a driveway, but we wanted to expand it a little further so they could actually fit 4 cars on the driveway comfortably. I mean, right now, you could fit 2 cars comfortably, and there is a garage, so technically, we have the 3 off-street spots, but by widening it up, they could fit more cars off
So
the
it's
street.
widening the existing, you're not adding another driveway to
No,
the
no, no,
house?
no, we're
Okay.
widening the existing driveway, correct.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, good.
Okay, anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? I just want to hit the numbers with you again. So the garage is 300.
Yes,
The
the garage,
The balcony, which you know Chairwoman Byrne would not be okay with if she was sitting here.
well, it's a little balcony, and there's no staircase up to it. It's just a little balcony.
I hope she's not watching.
The garage is 352.
So that's 364 out of the 1,068.
352 is the garage, 60 floor is the balcony, which is counted on the balcony and the level below the balcony. And 105 is the actual stairwell, which isn't really living space.
Okay, 3, 9, 10. He said there were 4
4
bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, including the one in the basement?
Yes.
And it's a 3-piece in the basement?
Yes. There's actually 1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms on each level.
All right. Anyone else have questions? Anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? Sorry if I asked that already. Seeing no hands, any questions from the board? Correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion.
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. See you in the fall.
See you in the fall, that's it? Bye. Okay.
Hearing number 14, appeal number 25-166, Yu Chun Chen, 3 Donald Drive, Old Bethpage.
Still under oath.
Hello again. I have one consent letter here and the mailings.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Here for Mr. Yukon Chen at 3 Donald Drive, Old Bethpage. A variance to allow an existing generator having less front yard setback on East Park Drive than permitted by ordinance. This is a new constructed house. It's a corner lot. Does have a lot of elevation changes going on there. Where the house is, it's flat, but it's on East Park Drive, it's up on a hill. And then when you come to the front, the house flattens out. Generator is on that side of the street. And it will be, fenced in, whatever the board or the town would want. He's definitely fencing in so nobody falls off that ledge of 4-foot fence where it's allowed, and then 6 foot when it gets behind the house. But if there's more screening that's required by the town, we have no problem.
No, nothing. Yeah, the fence should take care of it. Anyone in the audience wishing to be heard on this matter? Seeing no hands, any questions from the board? Correspondence? Oh, sorry, yes.
It's a proposed dwelling, correct?
Well, no, it's built already, and that's on a different permit, yes.
Sorry?
It's on a different permit.
Okay.
It's an existing,
That's what I'm saying, but it's saying proposed, I'm saying to myself, why is there a generator there with no house?
oh, well, was that the survey was used?
The
Yeah.
dwelling didn't need a variance, I guess, just the generator.
Yeah, the generator was asked for a variance.
I didn't mean to rush you through. You're good?
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Thank you. Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Hearing number 16, appeal number 25-178, Kevin Bukel, 64 Crescent Court, Old Bethpage.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
Yes, I do.
Name and address, please.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Dean Kutsubis. My address is 121 Newbridge Road, Hicksville, New York, 11801. I am here this evening on behalf of Kevin Bukel of 64 Crescent Court in Old Bethpage. He's seeking for a couple variances. The first one being to relocate a generator to the other side of the house. So the generator existed at one point on one side of the house. It had permits and all of that, and they want to relocate it to the other side. That's because there's currently a proposed addition going in the area where the generator used to be. So we want to place this generator on an existing patio, which exists and is completely surrounded by existing trees, which I'll show you a picture of where it would go and how the generator is screened. It will be located in the front yard, leaving a setback of 20.6 feet, where the requirement on that front yard, and it's really a secondary front yard, it's not the primary front yard, it's along Crescent Drive. The requirement is 26.1 feet, and we're asking for a variance to have that generator at 20.6 feet. Furthermore, we're also asking for a variance for a proposed shed. The shed is proposed to be 10 by 10, which will not need a permit, but being that we are placing it also on the front, the secondary front yard, it does need a variance, and that's why we're here. It's leaving a setback of 16.1 feet. And I'd like to point out that the shed will be screened by the existing fence, which is there, in addition to existing trees, which also screen it from view from any neighboring and neighbors or any passerbyers on the street. So I'd like to just submit a couple of pictures I have of the house in that direction, showing where these two structures are proposed to be located. I'd also like to point out, being that these structures are in the secondary front yard, they're not near any neighbors. The generator is close to the gas meter, far away from any neighbors, so little impact to the surrounding neighborhood. And it is screened, and the generator in particular is going to be screened with the existing mature bushes which are already there in that area. So based on that, I feel my request is reasonable and kindly request your approval.
Thank you. Sue, do you have a copy of the variance that we granted in 24, if you don't mind? You good with these?
Yeah, thank you.
Treja, thank you.
Did you say you're gonna come in for another variance for building, and that's why you're moving?
No, there's a permit in place already, and construction is either well underway or close to complete.
Under that existing variance?
Yes, correct.
Gotcha.
Correct. That's why I wanted to see it.
And there was multiple permits and variances over the years on this property for the different things, a pool, hot tub decks, fences, so everything on the property over the years does have permits and COs. My client also told me he's a 45-year resident of this house, so he takes care of it, he, just keeps improving it, and that's why we're here asking for these permits.
Anyone in the audience here to address this application? Seeing no hands, any other questions from the board?
Yeah, you have any issues with us conditioning the variance on if those shrubbery is removed, it has to be replaced and/or a fence needs to be put up?
I have no objection to that, and I'm sure my client would agree.
So conditioned on screening.
Screening, yep.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Hearing number 17, appeal number 25-168, Srikanth Vengasandra, 25 Vernon Street, Plainview.
I'm gonna have the same difficulties.
Sorry.
I've been practicing all the way here, and I don't know if I got it right. Robert Labarbera again, 115 North Broadway, Hicksville, New York. Here today on this last application, I have some consent letters from most of the neighbors here, and the red, green cards again.
Thank you.
This one's a little more involved than the last one I just did. But this is a variance for Sharif, see now I can't say it, so I'm not gonna try. Vendagrasandra. Variance to construct front porch having less average front yard setback on Vernon Street than permitted by ordinance. This is a corner lot, by the way. It's on the corner of Vernon Street and Universal Boulevard in Plainview. The variance to construct second floor cantilever addition and two-story addition having less average side yard, front yard setback on Universal Boulevard. That's the secondary front yard. And exceeding the maximum gross floor area than permitted by ordinance. Also a variance to construct second floor cantilever addition and front porch having less side yard setback than permitted by ordinance, and also encroachment of eaves and gutters. Another variance to construct second floor cantilever addition, two-story addition, and front porch exceeding maximum building coverage than permitted by ordinance, and a variance for a 6-foot fence that will exceed the maximum height across front yard, Vernon Street, and across the Universal Boulevard, because of the corner lot again, we'll explain that in a moment. Variance to construct driveway having less side yard setback than permitted by ordinance. So we're proposing a squaring off the first floor and an entire second floor in this house. The little spot behind the house, the original house was a non-basement house again with an addition that was added onto the house at some point. They left a little 10 by 10, or don't quote me on exact measurement. I can get it for you here. It is a 10.2 by 9.9 square opening, I guess you want to call it, in that corner, where we are going to square off the house and then continue up on the second floor. By doing that, it caused a couple of variances here. The requirement on the front yard on Vernon Street for the front porch that we also proposed on this project is, because of the average front yard setback, is 27.5, and then the proposed front porch brings it to 19.08, it would be basically a 2.42 foot encroachment into the allowable encroachment of the front porch. So the front porch is being added on to the house doesn't meet the average front yard setback. When we add the front porch to it, it brings it 2.4 feet closer to the street than what's allowed by the permitted encroachment on this zone of the 6-foot porch. The proposed second floor cantilever and the 2-story addition that do not meet the average front yard setback in Universal Boulevard. 10.2 foot is required on the average on Universal Boulevard. The houses are very close on Universal Boulevard to the street. At some point, that street was widened, very wide now, and made all these properties a little less on the front yard, on the secondary front yard on Universal Boulevard. So the proposed that we're doing is 9.9, just the way it works out when you square off the house. We're talking 2 inches.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's just more numbers. The proposed second floor, also the same one, requires a side yard setback of 8 foot. Let me just see, hold on, the cantilever front porch. Yes, the 8 foot is on the other side. This is the interior corner of the corner lot. Required 8 foot, and we have a 7.76. Again, that's where the house happens to be. And when we go up, we're squaring off the house on the same setback that's there, established, 4-inch difference of relief again. So very minor reliefs on here, just numbers. So the second floor cantilever now exceeds the lot coverage. 25 is required. We're going up to 32.83. We have a detached garage, and we're adding on the front porch. So the front porch adds 2.7%, and the existing detached garage is another 5.4%. So you add those two together, what we're asking for would comply with the 25%, pretty close to it, just that the detached garage brings it over, and the front porch that we're proposing to put on the front of the house would bring the lot coverage up. And the GFA is a allowed 2,430 square foot of GFA, maximum permitted gross floor area. And we're proposing a 2,626.66 for 196.66 GFA over. Again, it's not too much in percentage. They're small lots, and it's all because we're squaring off the house and we're going up. We're not extended past really that part of the house. The fencing now that's required by, for a variance here is the 6-foot fence across Vernon Street. That's on the, if you're looking at it from Vernon Street, that's the 8-foot or the 7.76 foot side in front of the house, goes straight across, goes along the back of the house.
This
And then
I
with-
wanted to ask you about, actually. So it looks like on the plan that it's right next to the driveway, the 6-foot fence, like literally right next to it.
Yeah, it would end up there. That's where the fence is now.
I'm concerned by that, because if you have somebody pulling
I
back out of
suspect.
the driveway. Oh, you're gonna pull it out and have it comply?
Yes, we will do whatever we're allowed to. I think they have no problem with that. What would you want? Is there a
No,
specific or?
What were you saying, Flo?
No, I want to understand that they're taking it out.
So the note that we have here says the existing fence is coming out and a new fence is gonna be installed to comply. That's what.
No.
Yes.
But they're asking for 6 feet on that 51-foot run.
Yeah, we have to come up with a solution for that, because I just think this is a recipe for disaster if someone's backing out.
Yeah, I
of
would-
that,
I would think they would be okay pulling a section or two back off of there, off the front.
What do you think, Brian?
No, just the neighboring driveway is right next to it, but the neighboring driveway
It's the same thing.
is the same.
It's not a 6-foot though, is it?
Yeah, it is.
No,
I mean, along this it is.
no.
That's not? I don't think
That's
it's
their
not.
fence. It looks like a 4, maybe a 5-foot at most.
See,
Not
it's
a
shorter
6.
on the side?
Yeah, it is a little bit,
Yeah.
you're right. Okay, so let's get it down, yeah, let's bring that down.
What do you think, a couple of sections that are 4 feet at the end, Sue? Do you have a?
We'll move 2 sections.
Yeah, I
First
think
two
so.
sections, make them 4 feet.
I think so, just
Yeah.
so that they have some visibility
Yeah,
when they're
I
pulling out.
understand
if
that
someone,
position,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
your
no,
flow,
that's
I
fine.
apologize.
No, I agree I knew that would be concerned. I wanted to see what you guys wanted us to do. On the other side, I don't think we have that issue, because that's part of their property going around the back on Universal Boulevard. And it comes up, let me see what my site plan is. I just lost my site plan, here it is. Yeah, it's coming up to where we're putting that new addition, so 10 feet off the corner of the house, but it's still gonna be off the corner 25 plus another 20, it looks like, or something. Be at least 45 feet, if not more, off the corner of the property, so, I mean, corner of the street of Universal and Vernon, plenty of clearance there.
He wants to propose a new fence, to take down the existing.
And
And
a
it
new
says proposed.
6-foot fence.
Correct,
But here they're saying that they want to conform.
yeah, the language.
Why?
Yeah, the existing fence is, okay, and I think I understand what you're asking now. The existing fence along Universal Boulevard, if that's the area that you were questioning, there's an existing fence, it's not on their property, it's past the edge of their property line. It's gotta be removed and complying. So part of the compliance, because it's too close to the street, it's off their property, I told them it's gotta be brought onto their property, and then it will comply with whatever the variance would require. So yes, we are proposing a new fence. That fence to be moved in compliance, and whatever compliance additionally required by you.
So you're moving the fence closer to the house?
Correct.
How much?
It's over by about a foot, but it's,
Right, and then, but you're gonna put in 4-foot sections? At the
no,
At the end where the driveway is.
on that side, yes. Yes. The note is also on the other side on Universal Boulevard, about a fence along Universal Boulevard is also being removed.
Next to the driveway that's existing to the garage.
On Universal
Correct.
Boulevard.
Right,
Yes.
on Universal.
I thought that was Mr. Griffin's question, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and then I also see you have a proposed driveway in your application.
Yes, the requirement is 8 foot, we're going out to 5 foot from the property, so there's still some grass left. It's not going right up to the property line.
So that's again on the existing driveway, you're widening it.
Yes, widening it so it'll be a 2-car width. Get some cars off the street. But we didn't want to go up to the property line, we wanted to leave some buffer there.
Okey dokey. Anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? Okay. Seeing no hands. Any other questions from the board?
So there's an existing driveway on Vernon?
The existing driveway is on,
Oh, sorry, no. It's not an existing driveway.
No, so you're
No,
not
it's
expanding
proposed.
it, you're asking for a
Yes, we're asking for a new driveway.
So there'll be 2 driveways in this house?
Correct.
One in the rear to the detached, and you're asking for one in the front as well?
Yeah, the rear goes to the detached garage in the backyard.
so where's the front one gonna go?
The front will go into the front, so they can park in front of the house and enter the house right away, and not go through the back of the house.
Gosh, I don't know that I've ever seen 2 driveways on an application before.
I think it's allowed, but, I've been always told that not even for variance, but the variance is only because it's 5 foot, not because it's 2 driveways. I've been,
Did we grant it? No, we didn't grant it.
you know, it's a corner lot, and we're trying to get the cars off the street, which is the main reason for their driveway in the front of the house.
Yeah,
And
I-
to access the house from the front.
Moving the front door, right?
Oh, yeah, oh, no, the front door is on Vernon, currently.
No, no, I'm saying but you're moving it over it's not gonna be in front of the driveway.
Oh, no, it's not gonna be in front of the driveway, no.
So you're moving the front door over.
If, I have to see what the existing is, yeah, it doesn't hit the front door. No, there's a front porch going on, yes, to answer your question, I think the door is moving over a little bit, part of the proposed construction. From where it currently is, it's moving to the right a little,
Can
slightly.
we see elevations on
That's
this?
what I'm saying.
Thanks. Yeah, you're right.
I think we might need to put this on reserve so I can go look at the property. It's just, it's a lot, and I'm totally lost as to what's being proposed and what's,
This is the
There's a detached garage that has a driveway.
He didn't need the variance for the driveway. He did it on 3 feet.
If he didn't need, I don't know, if he
No, there's
moved it
other
over, he
things.
wouldn't need a variance for it?
For-
Yeah,
for
they didn't
that.
Need a variance for the rest.
They didn't reject it for 2 curb cuts.
All right.
Correct.
I know I'm going to be your least favorite person this evening, but I'm
Nah,
going to
nah,
ask that
it's
we
okay.
put this on
Do what
reserve.
you
I
gotta
want to
do,
go
yeah.
take a look at it in
That's fine.
person.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it seems like a lot when you analyze it, it's really squaring off the house. The fencing is a little confusing there, and then the driveway, and then the 2 curb, I know, that's not usual.
Honestly, it's the fencing and the driveways that are more, I can't speak for my colleagues, but those are really my concerns. The rest of the application, I think, is de minimis and reasonable, but we really need to get our eyes on where
Sure.
these driveways are gonna be for safety, because
Sure.
Plainview, there's a lot of kids in Plainview. People ride
absolutely.
their bikes and trikes and like all this
Yeah.
stuff, and, we have to really drill down into that. So if your application
fair
is
enough.
finished, we don't have to bring you back in, but
Yeah.
we're gonna put it on reserve to go take a look.
I'm good at the moment,
Okay.
so.
Anybody else have anything? No, okay, correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Okay, I'm gonna move to put this on reserve, and we'll be back in touch.
Okay, thank you very much.
If you want to give me a new plan showing me the fences, what you're proposing with the fences, I'll show them that too.
Oh, before-
After they inspect.
Oh, after they inspect, you need it before, or no?
So, yeah, so they won't, I won't see them again for 2 weeks. So within the 2 weeks, give me a plan showing the cut back of the fence and moving the other one. All right, and I'll show them that too when I bring it back. Okay?
Thank you, have a good evening.
Good night. On that, correct. He'd still love it. Right. Correct. That's what she said.
They didn't say anything about the purpose.
They didn't reject it for that. I'll have them looked at it again.
We gotta
Sure
take
will.
a second look. All right, sorry, go ahead, let's,
Hearing number 20, appeal number 25-275, 180 Michael Drive LLC, at 180 Michael Drive, Syosset.
Good evening, members of the board. Eric Snipes on behalf of the applicant and with the law firm of Greenberg Traurig, 900 Stewart Avenue, Garden City, New York. Some housekeeping matters, I do have some green cards as well as the traffic report prepared by R&M Engineering.
Thank you.
you don't have any bedrooms or fences to talk about, do you? I will.
2, if you
I
don't
will
mind,
Kick you right out, right out. All right.
A little cellar entrance maybe, but, present with me tonight is Wayne Muller from R&M Engineer, that's the project's traffic engineer. 180 Michael Drive LLC is an affiliate of Taub Development LLC, owned by the Taub family. They own properties throughout North Hempstead and the town of Oyster Bay, and has owned the property since 2006. So back on June 10th of this year, under Resolution 399-2025, the town board approved our application for a white box special use permit for approximately 25,000 square feet of the existing space to be used by future tenants for an active recreation or fitness use. This building is on a 3.37 acre property. It's an existing 67,000 square foot building. So basically what the goal of the application was that the applicant was finding that with the vacancy, prospective tenants were coming in, proposing to the applicant an active recreation use or a fitness use, was being informed that they would require a special use permit. The prospective tenant, balked at how long it would take to get through the process and would walk away. So what we decided to do was to apply for a white box special use permit where the landlord and the applicant would do the legwork and they would secure the special use permit, so that prospective future tenants would take solace in the fact that there was a special use permit in place for an active recreation use or a fitness use. In doing so, we recognized that parking would be the major driver of this application. So we performed a worst-case scenario analysis. The project's architects prepared the plans before you, which calculate the parking assuming the worst-case scenario. The 5,093 square foot vacant tenancy is most likely to be occupied by a fitness use. So it was calculated at one parking space per 75 square feet for a total of 47 parking spaces. The 20,000 square foot space was calculated at the active recreation requirements of 1 parking space per 2 users. And that brought us to 195 parking spaces. So bringing the total for 180 Michael Drive to a requirement of 483 parking spaces. We provide 180 parking spaces, bringing us to tonight's request for a variance and required parking to 303 parking spaces. The relief requested tonight is similar to the relief recently approved on the property just down the block at 300 Michael Drive for the pickleball project. That, I believe that one was 382 parking space variance. So with the most restrictive parking requirements calculated, we then asked Wayne and his team to analyze the parking and traffic conditions at the premises. They conducted traffic volume and parking data on site and within the surrounding area, including that bounce trampoline park at 300 Michael Drive. They also reviewed data available to them from similar recreational land uses to help paint a picture of the type of potential traffic and parking that any future tenant could generate. Additionally, due to the staggered demands of the uses throughout the day, R&M also performed a time of day analysis to demonstrate fluctuations in the parking demand as the days progressed. As I mentioned, Wayne is here tonight. If the board does have any questions, that concludes my presentation.
Thank you.
Excuse me, could I ask a question? Just 1 second, okay? 1 second, she'll call you up, okay? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I was just going to ask if anyone in the audience would like to be heard on this matter. So, Mr. Snipes, if you don't mind just taking a seat.
Of course.
Thank you.
And you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings, right, sir?
Yes, I do.
Very good. And your name and address, please, for the stenographer?
J. Rosenbaum, 202 Mayton Drive.
In what town?
What?
What town?
Jericho.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Okay. By chance, I'm here for another hearing, and I just looking down the list of hearings, and I saw this one, and I realized it's right near where I live. So I got my car yesterday to see where it was, because I didn't realize Michael Drive was so close by. And I drove over and I looked. I don't know what is going to be in this building where it is, and I drove over there. There's an awful lot of parking there. I don't know why you want to reduce parking, because the parking is wide open and you can park, I don't know if you know, many of the other areas are wide open. It seems the town of Oyster Bay should really do a study of parking and make it available to limit for this one building, because many of the other things are for children's parking, mats and other things, and I think the parents drop off their kids in this park. And if you limit this parking, it might impact all the other areas there. So if you limit the parking here, it impacts many of the other businesses there. I don't know if when you limit this and reduce so many parking spots,
Let me give you a little assistance so that you understand what the application is, because I think that's,
I don't know if they were the explanation was very,
so the reason they're here is that by law, first of all, let me say, we're not taking away any parking spaces. That's not what this is about.
well, it says reducing it by,
We are allowing them to reduce their requirement. So by law, every tenant in that building is required to have 483 parking spaces. That would be an insane amount of parking spaces. We would literally have to pave over Paradise to put up a parking lot. So when a new business comes in, they come before the board and say, we know we're technically required to have 483 spaces.
and they probably have it, the one there now has that many.
It does not. They're coming in and saying, we know we need to have 483. We are only able to provide 180. Board, will you allow us to have 180 spaces instead of 483? Because we're a gym and our clients, our customers come at these times of day and not at those times of day. So if you think about, like you were saying, mats and the other kids' gymnastics, now I'm gonna make your case for you, Eric. If you see mats and the other, the little kid facilities, those are usually Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, right, holidays, that people come with their small children. The gym is not being used during the day, it's different times from when they have the little kid parties and things like that. So we are not taking away any parking spaces, we are giving them, if we do grant their application, which we may or may not, we would just be giving them permission to exist with 180 spaces instead of 483 spaces.
Can I say?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
went to this site on 2 different days at 2 different times. And both times that I went, there was plenty of empty parking spaces. And I see that they're staggered, the businesses are staggered. So sometimes some businesses are morning.
Yes.
Some in the afternoon. And every time I went, I'm just one person, every time I went, there was plenty of available.
Lots of spots, right.
Yeah, we're not taking any of those spots away.
Okay, I hope not.
We're not.
No, we're not.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to be clear, we're not eliminating any of the existing parking spaces on site. And to the points that have been made by the board, I will say, I have been there many times. My daughter goes to Sagamore Gymnastics at 165 Eileen, never have a problem with parking, and they actually seem to share the parking. A lot of the tenancies and buildings, actually, when there is peak bar, you'll see people walking across the street, parking in different areas, so. That concludes my presentation.
Okay, is there anybody else in the audience that wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing any hands, any questions from the board or input from the board? No. Correspondence.
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
You too. Hearing number 21, appeal number 25-277, Nicola Massa, 7 Duesenberg Drive, East Norwich.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take the colored ones, Mike, with the file, please.
There's an extra copy.
Colored. Proof of the proceedings?
Yes, I do. Michael Palumba, architect, 80 Elizabeth Drive, Bethpage, New York, 11714. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. I'm appearing on behalf of Nicola Mosa of 7 Duesenberg Drive, East Norwich, New York. We are requesting a variance for a proposed second-floor addition, which is located in an R110 zone and does not have the minimum required aggregate side yards of 25 feet, proposing an aggregate side yard of 24.6 feet. The proposed addition will align with the existing north face of the dwelling and will not increase the existing non-conforming aggregate side yards. The proposed addition does not have the minimum required roof pitch of 6-on-12. We are proposing a 5-on-12 roof pitch in order to extend the existing roof line along the back of the house of the existing dwelling. The proposed addition is for an additional bedroom on the second floor. Mr. and Mrs. Mosa just welcomed their 3rd child into the family and need a little more space. There'll be 4 bedrooms on the second floor. In the photo package submitted to the board, the last photo is a neighboring property that has a 2nd-story addition with a roof line that is similar to what we are requesting of you this evening. There was a previous zoning board decision for this property, decision number 90-111, dated April 19th, 1990, which granted to construct an attached garage having less side yard and aggregate side yards. Photos of the property, along with 6 consent letters, which include the abutting neighbors, have been submitted to the board. The property is well maintained, and the proposed alterations will be consistent with the character of this neighborhood, and that completes my application.
Just a quick question, a couple of questions. You said that the application was granted in the prior variance, but I have it as denied.
Just the garage.
No, the garage.
Oh, just the garage?
The
was
garage,
denied.
yeah.
Okay, thanks. And you said there's gonna be 4 bedrooms on the second
Total of
floor?
4 bedrooms. There's 3 existing. This will be a 4th bedroom.
And what about on the first floor?
First floor is an open plan, kitchen, dining room, living room.
No bathroom, no bedrooms, I mean.
No,
Okay.
garage. And the basement is a very small basement considering the size of this house.
You're not changing the footprint, correct?
No, we are not.
And what is in the basement?
Basement is just an open area, excuse me, open area with a small mechanical closet. You can see it on the plan, nothing to be concerned about. No cellar entrance, one direct entrance from the middle of the house.
Anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? Seeing no hands, any questions or input from the board? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
A decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you, have a good night.
Thank you. Good night, Mike.
Hearing number, holdover 1, 25-55, appeal number, Scott Kalka at 10 Clear Meadow Court, Woodbury.
Council Truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Michael Rant, 39 West Main Street, Oyster Bay, New York, 11771. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. I'm here this evening representing the owners of 20 Clear Meadow Court, looking to maintain a outdoor pavilion and a shed that do not meet the minimum side yard setback. This property was subject to a variance in May of 2021. They installed a swimming pool that did not have the minimum required rear yard setback. A variance was granted and the pool was built. During construction, unfortunately, the owner was misled by his contractor as far as the approval process to build this type of structure. The structure was built, the contractor has since disappeared, and now he's left kind of dealing with the situation he's in. So it is an open pavilion with posts in the roof. It does comply with the height requirements, it complies with coverage requirements, and we're just seeking a variance. I do have 3 consent letters from all of the adjoining neighbors. They have no objection to the application. I submit those for the record.
Thank you.
And again, it's been there for the past 2 or 3 years. It's a common amenity within this community, and I don't believe it's creating any adverse impact or detriment to the neighborhood. Happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Thank you for the consent letters, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? Seeing no hands, any questions from the board? No? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Holdover number 2, appeal number 24-488, Ira Wang at 117 Bounty Lane, Jericho.
Hey, good evening.
Council Truth during these proceedings?
Yes.
Name and address, please.
My name is Rusen Guo. Address is 117 Bounty Lane, Jericho. And this is Hyrule Wang, the 117 Bounty Lane. He's the house owner. He doesn't speak English, so I'll translate.
I'm sorry, as I did not get your name, can you spell your name?
Rusen, R-U-O-S-E-N, yes. Yeah, as of my application, yes. R-U-O-S-E-N.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yeah, good evening. We're here to request a permission for a new build fence. The fence was built in July 2024, this time last year. Before we decided we need a fence, we came to the town, to the second floor department building, and we actually come here 2 times. I talked to the gentleman, I think his name is Scott. He told me that if we need a 4-foot fence, we don't need to ask for a permit. We can just purchase and install the fence. So with that information, we went to Home Depot and we bought that 4-foot fence. So today we still keep that invoice from Home Depot, but the 4-foot fence. So shortly after install this 4-foot fence, we had some problems. Like the fence is being pushing away by our lawn mowing machine, making it very unstable and unbalanced. And also, we found that during the rainy day, like today, the water and the mud will accumulate underneath the fence, so making the fence very shaky and actually is dangerous. So we consulted a professional engineer what to do with this situation, and we're informed that we need to add a base and tie the fence into that base. Also, our house has a natural elevation difference. So the front yard is a little bit lower than the backyard. So we build up the base, depends on the elevation differences and the slope of the backyard, front yard, to make sure the fence is safe and durable in the long term. The reason we're adding this bottom part fixture is just for the functionality of the fence and the safety of the fence, very important. We're trying to reinforce the steadiness and balance of this fence. We're not trying to create a visual barrier. Also, if you look at the design of the fence, it has a see-through style. So even with the additional height of the fence, it does not block the view from one part of the street to another. I have a picture of the fence and also the design of the fence is like a see-through style, so you will look it through. We live in the corner lot. This is the house, actually. This part is the house. We live in a corner lot between Maytime Drive and the Bounty Lane. So we know it's very important not to block the view of the incoming traffic. So we're here today to request a permission to keep the fence and space.
I see that well enough?
Very nice.
Good. Okay, I believe that you have a neighbor here who wants to speak, I think. Let's find out. Is there anyone here who wants to speak?
Sure, they have 3 tempos.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, sir.
Is there anyone here that wants to address the board on this application? Yes, sir. Okay, have a
Guys,
seat.
just have a seat, and
Your
then you
neighbor's
can come
gonna
back.
say a few things and questions. Come on up, sir.
Jay Rosenbaum, 202 Maytime Drive. I live across the street from this fence. It was built as an 8-foot fence. And one of the neighbors complained about it being 8 foot high. Me. And it was removed because the zoning board made them remove it 4 foot. So it was originally 8 foot, it was removed to 4 foot. It was originally built, erected by somebody, by a contractor. I don't know if the truck had no name, the workers had no name. It was done on a Saturday and a Sunday until dark, all day, Saturday and Sunday. I don't know if they were licensed or not. It was built, I have some
Take your time.
They built it, then they put,
Do you need a moment?
nobody walks on that side. Everybody in our neighborhood are walkers, but they avoid that street because the fence is there and they built shrubs, 8-foot trees on the outside of the fence.
You said you had some pictures. Would you mind sharing them with our secretary? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. This is it? Very good.
Mr. Rosenbaum, okay, the way the fence is today, do you have a problem with it?
Mhm.
You do? Because you feel it's too big?
Looks like it's bigger than 4 foot.
Because they've erected 8-foot trees on the outside, the street side of the fence. There is shade, that's the sunny side of the street, but they have put trees there so that it is a shady side. Nobody walks there. When people walk, they all walk out in the street or across the street. nobody walks on the Maytime side of that street.
So, just so that you know, even if today we said, I'm not saying we are, but even if we said, you have to go home and take this fence down, they could leave those bushes up. We cannot tell them that they can't have the bushes.
Can they put, the bushes are, but why don't they put the bushes on their side of the fence? The bushes go 8 foot high or higher.
As long as the bushes are on their property, they can.
Well, can the bushes go right up to the, I don't know if they're, go up to the streets thing.
Well, from what I'm looking at, these look like they are, the bushes are on their property. I mean, that's what it looks like to me.
And then they put up a pipe fence past the bushes. I don't know why they put the pipe fence there.
A pipe fence, you're talking about the
Chain link.
the chain link fence?
A pipe fence.
This one? I think he's talking about what's down
Here.
here.
Look at the pipe fence. Nobody walks there.
Ah, this is like the beginning of a chain link, it looks like. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let them come up and finish their application, and then we're gonna put the case on reserve so that we can go and look at the property,
Okay.
okay?
Really, the people in my neighborhood and we walk. I do. I go to my doctor, he says, walk more. And I walk everywhere, but not on Maytime by their house. And I live on Maytime.
We understand.
We'll go
Okay.
out and look at it.
We'll go out and take a look at it. Please come back up.
Thank you, Luke. I'll take this one.
Okay, so you've been here all night, so you know you're not the first people that we're telling you're gonna have to come back. Well, you don't have to come back. The case is gonna stay on the calendar. We are all gonna go out and take a look at the property,
Okay.
and then we will vote and let you know our decision. I'm sorry, do you have anything you wanna say in response?
No, it's just
to what
a
he said?
couple points he mentioned. As I said, we live in corner lot between Maytime Drive and Bounty Lane. So on the Maytime Drive, there were bushes a different height because they were new planted bushes. He bought, I think, another 20 just this summer and like 10 or 15 last summer. And before, he lived in there for over like 7, 8 years. So the bushes are different height. If you go there sometime, you will see this different height of bushes. And we planted bushes inside the property line. That's a different. We had a new survey, property survey done in September last year. So we know where we're gonna put those bushes. And the other issues regarding the height of the fence, because like I said, the front yard, the elevation difference of the front yard is lower than the backyard. So when he tried to build that base at the bottom part, we consulted with the engineer what we should do with the height, elevation differences. So you may see some part of the base is bigger, it's taller than some part of the base, which is smaller and shorter. So let me ask him what he's trying to say. 有没有什么需要补充的？我刚刚才讲，因为就是第一个地形的原因，对吧？第二个是那个种树的话，树是在我们地界里面，对吧？我没有超出我们的地界，而且那个树，你有的是前几年种，有的是这几年种，所以高低是不会，树高低是不会是完全在一个水平面上面，对吧？所以我刚才就讲了这3点。
还有一个刚才他们所看到的那个外面他说的那个施工不是有那个作业嘛，那个是为了紧急加固，因为那个树它已经倒掉了，对行人和那个步道形成了那种对这种影响，所以我们及时的把那个树用那个金属的栅栏金属的那个栏杆重新给它做了加固。
He said that we were working on like a Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon is because we found that the tree is almost gonna fall. So we try to protect the pedestrian who walk through the Maytime Drive side. So he tried to finish the job as soon as possible. So it's no one gonna be in dangerous situation when they walk underneath that side of the tree. Yeah, so that he just want to re-emphasize this.
We understand. Our concern is, our job is not really what day the job was done, it's whether or not it's acceptable how it is complete. I'm sorry, Brian, did you have
Sure,
something
so,
else?
just so I'm clear, the foundation may change in height, but your position is the fence itself does not exceed 4 feet.
Right, well, I will come here when I talk to the gentleman here in the Department of Building. He mentioned that if we need a fence for like 6 feet, we do need a permit. But if like 4 feet, we don't need a permit for that. And well, this is probably one of our mistakes. We do not ask for, like, do you have a specific style, a prescribed style or short list that we should follow, what kind of style we need to purchase. So we didn't answer that question. We just went to Home Depot and we bought that 4 feet fence.
And you have the receipt that shows it's 4 feet, correct?
Yes, correct, right here. And yeah, still have the receipt for this. It's a top 4 feet. Right.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Now it's 6.
It's 6 because of the wall and the fence.
Because of the 2-foot wall.
Look at the wall and look at the fence. You're gonna tell me it's.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what they're
I'm
claiming.
talking.
Okay,
That's their claim.
We'll go look.
all right, we're gonna put this on reserve. We're gonna go take a look, and then we'll be back in touch.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you for coming out.
Okay. Okay. thank
Okay,
you.
have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Last but not least,
One
holdover,
second, let's
I'm
just
sorry.
finish this,
Oh,
please.
Okay,
I'm
so I'm gonna
rushing.
make a motion to put this on reserve,
Yep.
so that,
And- No, what?
Did you say,
That's what we're doing. Yep. So you're just gonna do motion.
I'm gonna say motion.
And also, Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Thank you. I
Motion.
got very
It's
kerfuffled,
okay.
I apologize.
Reserve decision, but, you're gonna put on reserve for an inspection.
Yes.
And, close the public hearing.
Correct, the
Very
public
good.
hearing is closed, and we're gonna reserve the decision for an inspection. I'm sorry, Sue, I
Very
got
good. That's
totally,
fine.
totally
Yeah,
distracted.
no, it's okay, it's all good.
You have
Okay.
the picture, or you took it back?
No, I have it in file.
I have another picture here also that he gave us. Okay, now let's call this Les, these poor ladies have been waiting, I'm so sorry.
holdover number 3. Let me see, appeal number 15-333, Vincent Fasulo Family Trust, 18 Jacob Road, Plainview.
Good
Hi,
evening.
Last but
Thank
not
you for your
least.
patience.
Just raise your right hand, promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
Yes, we do.
Your name and address, please.
Louise M. Selesno, 18 Jacob Road, Plainview, New York. This is my sister Diane Fasulo,
Thank you.
Plainview.
Go ahead.
What
Hi.
brings you here tonight?
We're looking actually to amend our parent-child permit that we had approved 10 years ago. Originally, we purchased the home, our dad was with us, and just this past February, he passed away.
Sorry.
Yeah, so it's actually gonna be my sister and I heard no siblings now are allowed, which is great. It's not parent-child anymore. So my sister, myself, and my husband live in the home. And, so we wanna get it approved to be sibling.
And you have a grandson also living in the
I have my
house?
son was, but he's not in the house anymore. He's 20,
Matthew?
Matthew, he's
He's not
20.
there?
No,
Okay.
he's out, which is, not a bad thing.
Don't say it. It's on the record.
I'm smiling about that one. But he's close by, but he's not with us anymore.
Very funny.
Yeah.
All right. Sue, everything's in order with the
Yes.
paperwork? And you understand the rules and regulations of a parent-child sibling?
Yes,
You have to live
absolutely.
as one, okay. So you've got all that. Anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? I hope not. Any questions or comments from the board? None. Correspondence?
Nassau
I
County
just
Planning
didn't know
Commission recommends local
if you need a
determination.
death certificate from my dad at all?
I'm sorry, say it
Need
again.
dad's death certificate to show
No,
he's
no.
not, okay. Okay,
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed.
Thank you so
The decision
much.
of the board will be forwarded to you by our office, and we're sorry for your loss, but we're
Thank you.
glad that you'll all be together.
Thank
That's
you
very
very much.
nice. It's a
Thank
nice
you so
way to
much.
end.
Okay.
It's not 1 o'clock in the morning.
You're ahead of schedule.
Good evening.
Thank you, you as well. Holly, you want a break?
just a little tiny one.
Little bathroom break, okay.
Yep, okay.
Reserve.
We reserved it. So
Yep.
it's-
Yeah, they're gonna reduce it.
Hearing number 2, Michael DiMartino, second floor addition. This, I think, was the one that was going right over, correct?
Yeah, straight up.
Straight up, okay. Anyone want to move this?
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 3, appeal number 25-203, Patrick O'Keefe. Another second-story addition. I think this was okay.
I'm not gonna move it so I can say aye.
No problem. I just want to, is this the one where he came in with all the other? I hate voting on this, people when Lois isn't here. He's going directly over. Okay, I'll move it. Okay, the ladies have it, and all in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it, so moved. Next is hearing number 4, appeal number 25-206, Michelle Ramirez. This was the gentleman that came in with his daughter.
Yes.
They're trying to
Legalize.
legalize things for the kids.
They're on the water.
They're on the water, and everything is existing other than the propane tank, which they're going to screen in.
Yes.
Okay, anyone have an issue with this one? Okay,
I'll move it.
okay, anyone want a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
So it's going aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. So moved. Hearing number 5, appeal number 25-273, Boris Shendrovich. Okay, this is another second-story addition. Boy, they really heard Rita wasn't coming and loaded these on, huh?
I think this is straight up as well. Oh, it's just, okay.
Yep, but this is basically over the top. The request for gross floor area is reasonable. It's 10% over, it's not crazy. Building lot coverage is only 2% over. I think we can live with this, unless anyone has an issue. I will move it.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it, so moved. Next is hearing number 6, appeal number 25-281, JTV exclusive. This is an application for a rear open porch. Is it, yes, but they only need the variance for the porch. Okay, I think we're okay with this? Yes. Anybody want to move it? Just want to move it, I will second it, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, so moved. Next is hearing number 7, Benedetto Frosina at 211. 204 North Boston Avenue, North Massapequa.
Is this one with the rounded push-out?
This is, it's currently a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. It is going to be a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home.
Right, it's a rounded porch.
It's a very de minimis application for 2,900 square feet, asking for 3,014. And they do not need a height variance anymore. They withdrew the height variance. I will move this.
Second.
Lowe will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. So moved. Hearing number 9, Janet Merget. 56 West Millpage Drive in Bethpage. This is an existing rear roof and roof over and front over. Same number of bedrooms and bathrooms. Yes. pool, the shed, and they're doing a very small addition in the back. It's about 100, not even 90-something square feet over the gross floor area. I'm okay with this, I'll move it. Okay, Lisa has it. All in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 16. Is this adjourned or this one we heard?
16, you generated to